without having a BuddyBoss, or we tried to use WordPress at the beginning. It was all wonky. It's kind of like a bit of a 90s kind of tool at the moment, but BuddyBoss worked perfectly and literally saved us months and months of development because we had a framework that we can build on top of. Hi, I'm Vito. I'm the founder here at WPFeedback, and I wanted to show you what we did with BuddyBoss. This is an amazing platform that allows you to create a social network within WordPress, and this really connected with what we're trying to do with WPFeedback, which is fixing communications for all WordPress professionals all over the world. What we did is we took this platform as a base and then built stuff on top of it to create some unique features that serve the WordPress space and the WordPress community specifically. But without having a BuddyBoss, or we tried to use WordPress at the beginning, it was all wonky. It's kind of like a bit of a 90s kind of tool at the moment, but BuddyBoss worked perfectly and literally saved us months and months of development because we had a framework that we can build on top of. More than that, the support is great, Tom is great, and all of the people that are working around there have been very helpful, very open, and to give us advice and to work with us to make sure that this thing is a success. So let me just dive in and I'll show you what we did with this platform. Alright, so as you can see, we're here inside our newsfeed, and it pretty much feels like Facebook, but that is the point. You don't want to do something that is completely out of what your users are used to seeing. You want to create some kind of a familiar environment with added benefits that serve this specific niche. So what we did is our target audience is obviously WordPress professionals, which means freelancers, agencies that work with that build websites on WordPress, but also product makers, podcast makers, publications, course creators. Every person, hosting companies, every person that works within the WordPress space can find a home within our platform. On top of the awesome features that you're seeing here, that most of this is done with the core BuddyBoss theme, all of these stuff, the groups that you're seeing here on the side, the feed itself, we also built additional functionality to create that uniqueness for this group of people. For example, our feedback tool in here, where people can just click through and give each other feedback on designs. This is kind of a collaboration between what you have here with BuddyBoss and with WPFeedback. So people can just click the plus icon and leave any message on here. Change this circle, right? The author, the person that uploaded this, can choose the background. This is why this one is pink. They can upload different versions. People can give them reviews on what's going on in here. If I'm gonna click back here, I'm gonna go back to our news feed to explore a little more options here. So with the sandbox, what we did is this is another kind of unique feature that we created to combine BuddyBoss into what's happening in here. The sandbox basically means that every user that joins the community gets a free WordPress installation that they can wreck, they can play around with, and they install plugins, remove plugins, experiment with code. Every 7 days, this environment is going to clean itself out. But having the community features connected to this tool and to the feedback tool basically makes sure that there is always engagement, that this platform will remain sticky because everything works together and everything is intertwined. So people just want to hang out in there, not just because of the sandbox, not just because of the feedback tool, not just because of the social aspect of this platform, but the fact that it's all connected together and giving a very, very unique environment for this specific target audience. Then we get to the groups. A really cool thing that we did here with the groups is, instead of looking this as our platform, as like just WPFeedback's network or community, we wanted to make sure that this serves every single type of person within the WordPress space. So inside these groups, we brought in influencers from across the space. Every group has a very famous influencer in the space that is managing that particular group. Then people can also create their own, so that they can feel free to create their own little clusters, masterminds, and all of these kind of stuff. But the main core groups, as we set up with BuddyBoss's group kind of types, have very kind of famous people that are running this. So Grow Your Biz is managed by Chris Castillo and Troy Dean from WP Elevation that will help our audience grow their business. The agency game is being managed by Codable, which is essentially the biggest WordPress agency in the world, and they were very gracious enough to help any agency scale up and learn about the processes in here. Privacy and legal, we have the guys Hans and Donata from Termageddon with their awesome privacy policy generator. They're gonna help WordPress professionals with privacy and with legal. Design mastery, where we have Picha Neri. She's a great UX expert in the space. We have Need for Speed with Scott, that is an expert in speeding up websites. He has like a massive platform for speeding up websites, WordPress websites. SEO and Marketing, which is by Alex from Scale Math, also working with Rank Math. We have Christina Romero for recurring revenue build up here. Michael Short doing website services. We have Beth doing productivity. Nathan doing this guy. Oliver and his team doing from WebArcs doing security. Improve your skill with Devinder. Jan Koch doing DevOps. Ivica doing Freelance World. Voa from Freemius and Brandon from Freemius doing product makers. Beginners kickoff with Dave Foy, and so on and so on. So instead of looking at this as just our place to communicate with our audience, we created a full-on environment for the industry. It's not only about us, it's about the industry and how we can serve every single person within that space. So that's what you're seeing here. But also to continue on this flow, we brought in this section that basically feeds in publications from all over the space, so that it's kind of like when you look into Netflix, instead of browsing around categories, or instead of browsing around between Universal and Warner Brothers and BBC and whatever, you're browsing around based on category. So if you want to watch a drama, you just scroll down to the drama section and you watch a drama. If you want to watch a sitcom, you just scroll down and you watch a sitcom. So that's the same mindset we brought into our news section and to our watch section, where everything, instead of browsing based on the publication, you can browse based on your interest in the category that you're interested in. Same thing in there. That's it, and that's the platform. There's a few other cool things here, but I'm gonna keep this short. Messaging feature through BuddyBoss, and a lot of really cool stuff. Gamification that is being built into this platform with some of the add-ons that they have available. Anyway, I very much recommend, if you want to build a social platform, forget about BuddyPress. This is now the way to go. There's a huge team behind this that is supporting this and that is gonna evolve this product over time, as opposed to BuddyPress that kind of stopped a while back. So yeah, check out BuddyBoss and come join us on WPFeedback, the new home for the WordPress community. Thanks.